Bruh. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen Stephen A. Smith's response to Jason suspected Sambo Whitlock, I don't know what to tell you. You are missing the very beginning of 2024, and it is starting off with a bang, bruh. We coming off of Cat Williams and what he said. Now we have Jason suspected Sambo Whitlock getting ethered by Stephen A. Smith. Bro, what a time to be alive. I gotta be honest with you. For those of you who are going, who is Jason suspected Sambo Whitlock? Well, I don't blame you, because Jason Whitlock is a nobody. He's a has-been, a hack, a clown, suspected Sambo. He's a joke. And he's a joke on both sides. Now, what has happened is that Jason has been, we'll call him SS for suspected Sambo. So SS Whitlock, SS Whitlock has been attacking Stephen A. Smith. Now, Stephen A. Smith, apparently he says in his response video, it's been years in the making, okay? He said over 9 years, if I'm not mistaken, where he's just been ignoring suspected Sambo Whitlock.
Now, I have sat back for years, at least 9 to 10 years.
And Whitlock recently accused him of lying on his basketball record, said that he didn't write his memoirs, and that, what else did he say? Oh, that he was a tool of ESPN. That's what it was. He was a tool of ESPN. Now, one thing out of all of those got under, clearly, Stephen A. Smith's skin. And that was him lying about writing his memoirs. And to be honest with you, I don't care about his basketball record. I mean, come on now. Do you care about this man's basketball record in college or high school in the state? That has no bearing on where he is currently right now. And he talks about this.
I didn't play high school ball, even though my coach's name was Harvey Stoller. It was Thomas A. Edison Vocational and Technical High School. I played there my senior year. I was in a basketball tournament at Fashion Institute of Technology where I dropped 27 points and got a scholarship because the coach came calling me after that and what have you. If you listen to him, I never had a scholarship to Winston-Salem State, even though it's on the books. Just call the university.
But as far as him being a tool of ESPN, bro, what's the saying? I can't think of the saying. I think it has to do with something, the pot calling the kettle black. Am I remembering that correctly? Because boy, oh boy, if y'all don't know, suspected Sambo Whitlock works for the Blaze TV. Now, what the Blaze TV is nothing more than an anti-black, white inferiority structure. That's what it is. That's all it is. Okay, the moment in time you are hiring people who are speaking anti-black rhetoric, such as Whitlock, such as that the buffoon, I forgot his name. I don't even know his name. But there's plenty of individuals on there. Frickin' Dave Rubin, Lord, what a joke. Talk about self-hatred. Boy, that is wild. That's all it is. It's a nothing burger of a channel, a nothing burger of a station, of a media outlet, nothing. Now, Stephen A. Smith says what most people already knew about suspected Sambo Jason Whitlock, and that is he is a fat, overweight POS, essentially, and that he is hated, as I said in the beginning, by both sides, okay? That you have these people, I want you to understand, you're always going to have these people who want to be that guy, right? You have these people who want to be that guy, they want to be that girl, but for whatever reason, them being talentless hacks in Whitlock's case, them being self-hatred suspected Sambos in Whitlock's case, them being overweight, corpulent pieces of excrement, such as in Whitlock's case, they don't make it. They never make it. And Stephen A. Smith exposes that. He says that, hey, the reason why you keep on attacking me is because you couldn't get to my level. You have no accomplishments in life.
The only person people out here trying to hurt people is you. You have literally made a career off talking about people in the industry who do what you do. In other words, you don't want to do it better. Then why don't you have a job outside of Blaze TV?
Damn.
Why are you at Blaze TV?
Damn.
Not to knock Blaze TV, but we know that's not where you want it to be. You want to be at ESPN. You want to be running the black website. You want to go to Fox. You want to be on television. I am at over 460,000. I just started 9 months ago with my team. You've been at it, whether it's May of 2021 or July of 2021. You've been at it since then. I've already surpassed you. Sound familiar?
Damn.
He goes and brings up a paper that was written about Whitlock. I didn't know, because once again, nobody knows Whitlock. Talking about how he handles himself while under ESPN, why he was let go, that nobody wanted to work with him. Black people didn't want to work with him because he was a self-hating black person. And that the only people that he could go to was eventually the Blaze, because he got kicked out of mainstream because he was so difficult to deal with. Then he puts out some quote that he says, as far as the only way black people are the reason why black people like working with white people is that they overlook their shortcomings.
Let me give you a quote that this guy, Greg Howard, has a recording of Jason Whitlock saying to his staff at that time. If you're more comfortable working for white people rather than working for me, and that sounds humorous, but it's the truth, fine. This is according to audio obtained by Deadspin back in 2015. Some black people are far more comfortable answering to a white person than a black person, no matter how black they like to pass themselves off to be. Far more comfortable because they know a white person is going to overlook their shortcomings.
Huh?
It's good for a Negro. I'm not about that. But if you're more comfortable working for a white person, I will find a white person for you to work for. We have a higher standard here. Everybody has to get on board with that, or I'm going to find a way to move them someplace else.
Now, that's a new level of self-hatred, okay? That is like a Boondocks character level of self-hatred. To say that reason why black people like working with white people is they overlook their shortcomings, and I'm not going to do that. This is honestly some slave master type of mindset. Do you understand? Like, when I say lineage of evil, mind you, okay, that does not preclude black people. Because I would argue suspected Sambo Whitlock definitely has a lineage of evil. I think he has a lineage of house Negroes, to be honest with you. I think he was a person that was whipping the slaves and saying, am I doing it right, massa? Am I doing it? It's the crack, right? It's the crack of the whip, right? I think that's his lineage. I could be wrong, but that's based off of who he is currently right now. I'm going to suspect that he definitely had some house individuals in his history, in his lineage. And if he didn't, well, he's clearly bastardizing his lineage, which is unfortunate. You always have these people that they want to be that big fish in the big pond, right? For example, Candace Owens, a perfect example of that. Candace Owens wanted to make it within the liberal left. She wanted to do that. She had the whole doxing website talking about, hey, well, I think it's good for children to know what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, yada, yada, yada. It wasn't until she knew that she wasn't going to cut it with the left that she saw an opportunity with the right. Thus, right, you now become a big fish in a small pond. Because if you wanted to get on CNN, and CNN was like, nah, you don't cut it, right? I'm sorry. We're not going to have you as an anchor. We don't care. Well, what's the other way to get on CNN? The other way to get on CNN is to be so polarizing via Fox News. You get on Fox News, you speak so polarizing, and you galvanize your audience to the point where CNN has to acknowledge you. They have to address you. Now you get on CNN. You have to understand, these people are sick. They're demented. They're really twisted, vapid, soulless demons. That's what they very much are, or at least that's what I would consider them. It's not even about left versus right. It's not even about mainstream or secular. It's not even about that. It's just that he seems to be a trash human being. And you even experience this with the right. The right has even, as far as seen him as a trash individual. You have PBD, podcast, which is a big podcast within the conservative, white conservative movement. And he talks about how suspected Sambo Whitlock lied.
Roland comes on, we do a podcast, fiery podcast, we do a very good job. Jason talks about the fact that he needed me to go against a guy like Roland Martin because he needed somebody that can go and handle somebody like Roland Martin. First of all, neither Roland or Jason Whitlock are in the top 100 most intimidating people I've ever sat with in my life. It was pretty obvious for you to see it. So then he used the race card. And he said, well, this is he would never do this with Jordan Peterson. He's using a race card. You know, what he's trying to do is, he's doing this because I'm black.
Not only lied, but was a hypocrite and pulled the race card. Now, you all know how I feel about non-black people saying the race card. Even some black people during certain contexts say the race card. But that's neither here nor there. But essentially, he's saying that, hey, he's a fraud, okay? That, hey, instead of being fearless, you should you should rename your show. Because upon being confronted with Roland Martin, you just, put your tail under your legs and ran off.
This is the part that's very confusing. He's a guy that paints himself as a conservative Republican who doesn't like when the left uses their race to act as a victim, but that's exactly what you just did. But I got a recommendation for you, Jason Whitlock. Your show is called Fearless. If you really want to have a show called Fearless, you either become fearless and face off with anybody to have a debate with, or you change your show's name to Fearful. But you can't say you're fearless and come to a place and then say, we have feminine energy, and the person that has the feminine energy is the person that walked out, and we're right here waiting for you.
He's out of line, but he's right.
So this individual, Whitlock, is not liked anywhere else. You have to understand, these people can't stand on their own. When you look at Kunduz Owens, you look at a Tatum and Tantrum and the rest of them, they can't stand on their own. They need backing because they're not interesting characters. And when you speak so much lies, well, who cares, right? There's nothing special about you speaking lies. Your black skin only goes so far because there's another freaking a clown that's willing to tap dance for a lesser amount than what you're tap dancing for. That's what you have to understand. Kunduz Owens has been nothing more than pretty much a Jewish propaganda tool. She went from TPUSA, which is Ben Shapiro's people, to what, PragerU, and now she's at Daily Wire. Same thing with Whitlock. Whitlock's now at The Blaze. Nobody watches The Blaze. Nobody watches these people except old white conservative boomers. That's it. And majority of them, I would argue, are racist due to the people that they watch, okay? The people that they watch espouse anti-black views, so it only leads me to believe that someone who was anti-black would watch that channel, would watch that person, would subscribe to that network. So these people are, they're nothing more than tools for, white inferiority organizations, or for the Ben Shapiros of the world, okay? Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, Stephen A was way out of line, okay? He didn't dress anything. Whitlock really gave it to him. He's awesome. I like that guy. I also like the Blaze. They're awesome people. Or if you have to believe, no, suspected Sambo Whitlock is not an amazing person. He seems to be hated on both sides due to him just being a poor person, okay? A poor soul, a poor person. Clearly, he's not a poor in food because he somehow finds a way to stuff his face. He's just an overall trash individual. Now, having said that, I don't know too much about Stephen A. To go in on him, but I'm sure he probably has his skeletons in the closet. Nevertheless, okay, let him without what did God say? Let him without sin cast the first stone. Lucky it wasn't me, bro. He said stone, right? He didn't say loafer. He didn't say he didn't say brick. Does a brick count as a stone, God? He didn't say wood. If you happen to enjoy the video, feel free to like, share, and if you happen to disagree with the video, well, feel free to call in during disagreement days. We're typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Aside from that, like, share, comment, let me know what you guys think, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. It's the crack, right? It's the crack of the whip, right?